Hi guys! Today we'll be making this ocean landscape inspired resin ring. This project was kind of a long time coming since I actually started about 2 weeks ago, but I had to postpone it since my Moldmaker had gone bad and just wouldn't set. So I had to order a new one and now I could make it finally, but I think it was worth the wait. I was inspired to make this after seeing different landscape rings and pendants, both using resin and not using resin, but I really like the idea of encasing something, some sort of landscape, and I decided to make an ocean themed one. For my base I'm using this adjustable ring, which I got off eBay quite some time ago. Because I really liked the pattern, I just thought it looked very nice and elegant. So that's what I'll be basing mine on, but you can choose whatever ring you want. We're gonna start by sculpting the basic shape of the top using some polymer clay. I'm using Fimo. Roll a ball of clay in the approximate size you want the top of the ring, and I chose to kind of squish it onto the ring base at this point to get an idea how big it would actually be. Then I pulled it off, placed it down on my surface, and then used a blade to carve away what I didn't want on there. I wanted a faceted but still organic looking rock kind of shape, but keep in mind the more facets you add, the harder it's going to be to see the entire landscape on the inside, but that's just the look I went for. It's totally up to you. If you want a clear or smooth look, just make a dome. Once I had made my basic shape, I pushed it back onto the ring and then made the final adjustments around the edge. Then I put the clay, still on the ring, into the freezer. This was just to firm it up a bit so I could pull it away from the ring without distorting the shape. Once you remove it, you want to bake it completely according to package instructions. Once cooled, I went in with a file to smooth out any bumps and make the edges a bit more crisp. Next, I glazed it with a layer Mod Podge in the hopes of getting a smoother result in the mold. Next we're gonna prepare a box to make our mold in. I just used these square pieces of wood, 5 pieces that I stuck together using some duct tape in order to make a small sealed box. Pay attention to sealing all the edges. Then we want to place our clay piece in the middle and stick it on there with a tiny bit of glue. The mold maker I'll be using is called Amazing Mold Rubber and looks like this. It was recommended to me by a friend, so this is the first time I'm trying it out. Mix the 2 components according to package instructions and then gently tap your cup to get rid of any excess air. Then you can pour it into our little box. Make sure the entire clay piece is covered and then leave the mold to set. Once set, cut away the tape and peel off the pieces to release your mold. And here's the finished mold, nice and squishy. Now we're gonna work on the landscape to go inside. Use the top clay piece to get an assessment of how much space you have to work with, then take your ring base and trace the shape of the top onto a piece of cardstock and cut it out. I cut mine out a bit smaller to make sure it wouldn't stick out. And if you notice here, I changed my mind into a silver ring, but it's the same type as what I showed before. And now we have a small base to build our landscape on. I made mine using some dried moss, some crushed up nail art shells, a few rhinestones, some dried up flowers, and a few seashells from also just nail art sets, and this is all stuff I got off eBay for really cheap. Now you can arrange everything however you like and glue it in place. This is just what I chose to put in my landscape, but you can use whatever you want. Since I haven't really made anything like this before on my channel, I wanted to keep the design of this and the materials pretty simple. But if you guys want to see other type of pendants, resin work, rings, whatever, with more intricate details inside, like hand sculpted clay stuff, let me know and I'll give it a go. And here's how my design ended up. I glued it to the back of a stirring stick using a tiny bit of glue just to keep it stable once we submerge it in the resin. The resin I'll be using is this one called solid water, but you can use pouring resin as well. Mix the two components together as instructed on the packaging, then keep stirring it until it becomes clear. I used a small brush to slightly coat my landscape in the resin before I submerged it. This is to try and avoid air bubbles. I still got a few air bubbles, but nothing too bad. Now you want to pour resin into your mold, add the landscape, and then add resin until it's completely full. Once you filled the mold, leave it to set. Once it's all set, you want to remove it from the mold and break away the temporary stick. To make the surface completely clear, I'm gonna add a glaze. You can also use more resin, however it will take a while to dry. Now you can truly see the landscape. I think the facets makes it look really cool because you can see different things depending on the angle you look at. Now use a strong glue to attach it onto the ring base, and then you're done. And here's the finished ring. As you can see here, I ended up having an air bubble, but luckily it's off to the side where it's not too intruding on the landscape, so that was a good luck for me. I hope you enjoyed this project. It was a lot of fun to make, and it's again one of those where you can customize it to fit your own style, but since you're changing up the details of what you put inside the ring. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. And as always, I'll see you guys in a new video real soon. Bye!